and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the.
That boy LeBron is on the Pat McAfee show speaking on the Stephen A. Smith situation where he ran up on Stephen A. Smith at the Lakers game. Y'all better like the video. Y'all better subscribe. We got a lot to talk about. Y'all know I didn't agree with it. Let's see what LeBron had to say. Like the video. Let's get it.
Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're watching it. Yep. We're all seeing it.
Oh yeah,
you're seeing it as well.
He literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, we're viral. You would be not to talk about it.
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you could address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, it's. And like he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance. But you're right.
Dude, relax, bro. Relax. Seriously, just
How do you feel about the way the game is covered and you players are covered? Because this is a big topic of conversation with the NBA.
There was too many years went by when players did not have an opportunity to just speak and their voices to be heard, or allow the narrative to get so much outside of sports. Like if I miss a game winner, or if I don't show up in the finals, like I was supposed to versus Dallas in year 1 in Miami, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I should have been a lot better, I know. But don't take it to, my household or take it to what's going on and other guys. Like I seen something with Embiid where a reporter came into the locker room and started speaking about I think his brother or something.
Yeah.
Like how weird is that? Like that's so weird. Like why are we taking it to that point? And we're taking it to that point because people have gotten too comfortable. I think people in the media have gotten too comfortable, especially with our sport. They got too comfortable where, back in the day, for sure, you would never bring up Charles Oakley's brother.
Yeah.
Charles Oakley will smack you through his brother.
Bernie Maxwell.
All right, yeah, Mad Max. His name was Mad Max for a reason. It wasn't because he picked you up 94 feet. It was because if you said something about Mad Max, he's gonna separate your jaw, and there was no repercussions from that. They got to the point where they knew these guys can't really do anything to us anymore, because there would be a fine, suspension, and don't
embarrass the league.
Yeah, and don't embarrass the league, or you now here come your sponsors. They're coming after us or coming after you, and they're gonna be like, "What are you doing?" That's when they decided they could, thought.
All right, look, I still don't agree with the situation, but I understand it a little more based on what LeBron said. He said, I had to protect my household. So what, your wife, was she getting on your back telling you, hey, you better go say something to Stephen A. He's saying too much about Bronnie. And by the way, I'm a huge fan of Bronnie. I'm a huge fan of LeBron. LeBron is my favorite player, but okay, I could understand if you feeling pressure from the house to speak on what Stephen A. said. And I can understand if you had an issue with what he said about you as a father. But to me, I really don't think those comments that Stephen A. made was crazy. He said, hey, you know you're LeBron James, and that's your son. You said publicly he was better than other NBA players. See, y'all got to remember, we talked about LeVar Ball when he made the same comments about Lonzo Ball, and it was okay. Nobody got upset when people criticized LeVar Ball for saying Lonzo was better than this guy and better than that guy, and Patrick Beverly got on the court and he was locking Lonzo up. He was stumbling and fumbling. It was okay for us to criticize LeVar, but when Stephen A. says the same thing about LeBron, oh, he can't say that. He's taking it too far. See, some of y'all forget because y'all want to throw up this father flag, and I get it. If Stephen A. would have really said something up there that I felt like violated LeBron or his family or Bronny, I would be for it. But throughout this whole interview on Pat McAfee, my bad, Pat, LeBron is talking about his duty as the face of the NBA and all of the things that he carries on his back for other players and things of that nature. And he's even mentioning, I don't want to be an F up. And I get it. You LeBron James now, so you step into Stephen A. Everybody's going to give you a pass because what you've done for the league. But at the end of the day, LeBron walking up on Stephen A., I don't think that's how the face of the NBA should carry themselves. I don't think that's something that other players should look up to LeBron and say, yeah, if somebody on TV says something bad about me, I'm going to see him at the game and curse him out. To me, that was something that I felt was below LeBron James. And I think a lot of y'all liked it because it was the first time we saw LeBron actually do something that people could criticize. It was the first time I saw LeBron do something that I felt was below his station. To me, LeBron is supposed to be better than that. I think he set a better standard for the NBA and all the players than to walk up on Stephen A. To me, that was the opposite of something LeBron James, the guy who never got in trouble, the guy who's been the constant professional in the NBA. I think that was extremely below his everything he built. And I get it, that's your son. But I feel like he got a little too emotional and he forgot that his son is a professional basketball player. You trained him up, and now you got to understand the Wolves are going to be after him. The same way they still ride you every night. The Lakers not playing defense. LeBron James, he needs to sit in that chair. What kind of influence is he having on Luka Doncic? LeBron was supposed to finish in those games against Denver. He wasn't supposed to leave it all on AD. Oh, in those last 5 minutes, LeBron scored X amount of points. Like, this is the nature of the sport. You can't protect Bronny from that forever. And I hope nobody in media is afraid to now talk about Bronny. And the sad part is I see so many lies out there. Oh, they're only speaking negatively about Bronny. Every time Bronny put up some crazy points in the G League, they talked about it on ESPN. They talked about his highs. They talked about his lows. They talked about the other day where he scored 17 against Giannis and was crossing him over. This was going on before LeBron felt the need to check Stephen A. They were talking about his improvement in the G League. And everybody's saying, okay, he's getting better. He needed some, repetition. He needed to get out there and do it. So I never felt like anybody was bullying Bronny. And you can have that conversation about why don't they talk about other players in the draft? But at the end of the day, they did the same thing to the Ball brothers. And y'all had no issue with it. Y'all had no issue. So don't, switch it up because this is LeBron's son. And this is my favorite player. But shout out to LeBron, has done an amazing job of carrying the league, being the face of the league, raising his family, raising his son. But to me, this was just the one blemish on his career for me. I look down on this moment with Stephen A. more than I look down on the series with Dallas back in the day when he played for the Heat. Like, that's basketball. But this Stephen A. thing, this was something that really could have went left. And if you set that standard, imagine NBA players putting hands on commentators and then you ruin your life over words. Because, see, that's where it could go. But a lot of y'all too focused on the here and now. And then you hear LeBron in the commentary talking about how guys used to knock out commentators. Well, we don't do that no more. That's the reason why so many people say your generation of the NBA is soft. And I think that also goes into why a lot of people wasn't mad at LeBron. Oh, we finally get some kind of violence in the NBA. LeBron walking up on Stephen A. Well, since they can't foul each other and throw each other on the ground, at least LeBron can walk up on Stephen A. He was right for doing that. I ain't rocking with it. And this is my favorite player. I'm still not rocking with it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Shout out to Pat McAfee. Shout out to LeBron. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.